Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night drenched in cold sweat, eager to learn more about guitar? So you grab your mighty axe, head over to YouTube because we live in the future and you can learn guitar on the internet now, only to find that in a sea of millions of options, it's hard to get any direction. This is the marquee problem of trying to learn how to play guitar online. There's plenty of information and a lot of it is amazing, but it's hard to put any of it in order into any kind of a curriculum. So in this video, I want to explain the topics that I would learn on guitar in order if I was starting again completely fresh. Now, a quick disclaimer, I'm not actually going to be teaching the concepts that I talk about in this video. That video would be hours long, and I don't actually think it would benefit anybody. If I had to write an outline about how to play guitar, this is that outline. In order to make this list really comprehensive, I've broken it down into several levels, level 0 through level 6. And so with that, let's begin. All right, welcome to level 0. It said that you have to learn to walk before you can run, but to be honest, this level is kind of like learning to breathe. To be 100% transparent, a lot of the stuff in this level is going to seem elementary, even to beginners, but this stuff is necessary to be able to move on at all. In this level, you're going to learn really basic stuff, like how to hold the guitar, how to hold the pick, what are the parts of the guitar. You're going to learn basic strumming like up strums and down strums. You're also going to learn the flip side of strumming, which is how to pick a single note. You're going to learn how to fret a single note. The most important thing you're going to learn in this stage is the names of all 6 guitar strings. You have to master that before you move on. Starting with really basic guitar maintenance, you're going to learn how to tune your guitar in this stage. Now, starting with the beginning of what's going to be some pretty unfun stuff is music theory. In this stage, you're going to learn what is a note, how many notes are there, what is a chord, what is a key, and you're going to learn the basics of intervals. Basically, what is a half step versus a whole step. If you master all that stuff, you will have mastered level 0. Welcome to level 1. You're on your way to becoming a real rock star. You're going to want to start simple by buying a leather jacket, and maybe you're going to let your schoolwork or your job slip a little bit. In this level, you're going to learn how to play basic open chords. I think you should learn E, E minor, A minor, G, C, and D. That's 7 open chords to master here. You should learn how to strum in time. You should learn how to count music and play different note values. In this level, you're going to want to learn how to do some very basic guitar maintenance, namely how to change your strings. I'm going to try to recommend some songs from across different genres that all work pretty well for guitar players in this stage. In this level, the songs I recommend learning are either really basic, fun strumming songs, or songs that you can play just on one string. I recommend For What It's Worth by Buffalo Springfield, Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker, Smoke on the Water by Deep Purple is a good one. That's kind of the beginner guitar song. Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes is a really popular one, and Iron Man by Black Sabbath is really good. Okay, on to level 2. In this stage, you've got to focus on getting cooler. I suggest wearing sunglasses indoors, especially at night. In this stage, you should learn the right-hand technique of alternate picking. You should learn the first position pentatonic scale, which I actually have a video on. It's called the minor pentatonic scale. You should learn all the notes on the fretboard up until the 5th fret. As far as music theory goes, this level is pretty basic. You're going to want to learn what is syncopation and how to count different beat subdivisions. The songs I recommend here are Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner, Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty, House of the Rising Sun by The Animals, Highway to Hell by AC/DC, and Hurt, the Johnny Cash version, is really good. Now, if you make it to level 3, then rock stardom is basically guaranteed. It's important to pick out a rehab center now, so when you burn out on drugs later, you're already good to go. In this level, you're going to want to learn the second position pentatonic scale. This is the major pentatonic scale. You're also going to want to learn bar chords at this level. Start with F major and B minor, but you eventually want to work your way up to where you can play bar chords with 5th and 6th string roots, and you can play the minor and the major versions of those bar chords. I think this is the point when most guitar players should learn all the notes on the fretboard. That's a skill that's really going to pay off as you progress. You should also start trying to solo over backing track. There's actually some really good YouTube channels for this. Specifically, I like Now You Shred. They have really good backing tracks. Don't try to do anything overly profound. Just start messing around with this. The songs that I recommend for this level are really good to learn, and they're also really good to practice soloing over. They are Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits, Layla by Derek and the Dominos, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, and Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin. All right, level 4. To be honest, if you haven't thought about a stage name at this point, then you might need to reassess why you're trying to be a rock star in the first place. If you're interested in playing rock, keep it simple and violent. Try names like Slash or Switchblade. One of those might be taken. And for other genres like country, keep it simple and rural. Names like Rebecca Farmwind or Lucas Tractor Fuel work well. In this stage, you should learn all 5 positions of the pentatonic scale. Now, you already know 2 of those positions, so you just have to add the other 3. You should also learn the major and minor diatonic scales. You should learn how to play 7th chords. That means major 7th chords, minor 7th chords, dominant 7th chords, and half diminished chords. And you should be able to play those with roots on the 5th and 6th strings. You should also shore up your stylistic techniques here. That includes bends, vibrato, hammer-ons, and pull-offs, as well as natural harmonics and pinch harmonics. As for music theory in this point, you should learn how to build a scale, how to build a triad, and you should also learn how 7ths apply to triads, because you did learn to play 7th chords in this level. Alright, and this is actually the level where I no longer have song recommendations. For the previous levels, there are song recommendations that I feel like kind of correlate to the levels and can help a lot of people, but at this level, that kind of doesn't apply anymore. If you want to learn to play a song, you should just learn to play it. And your skill level shouldn't limit you. If your skill level isn't high enough to play the song that you want to play yet, as a part of learning the song, you should up your skill level. Another important note on this level, if you watched my previous video about getting a guitar instructor versus teaching yourself, this is the level where I recommend most people get an instructor. I think before this, you might be kind of wasting a little bit of your time with an instructor because the concepts are all so basic and pretty much every instructor is going to teach the same thing. This is the level where I think an instructor can bring a unique teaching perspective to students and actually help them. Now, level 4.5. The reason this is a half level is because it's pretty much just an extension of everything you learned in 4. There's only one concept here and the bullet points all relate to that one concept, and that is how to harmonize the major scale. Some people call this learning the chord scale or the order of triads, but I would say most people refer to this as knowing how to harmonize the major scale. This is also a perfect time to learn the Nashville number system, which is the most useful thing in all of music. And the theory you should learn here should just apply to how to harmonize the major scale. You should familiarize yourself with really common chord progressions and the functions of different chords. Okay, welcome to level 5. At this point, you're probably going to want to get a lawyer. Statistically speaking, you're going to need to sue your record label at some point. Familiarize yourself with phrases like, "It used to be about the music." In this level, you're going to learn the modes, which is a big concept. Focus hard on this. You should also learn all the intervals in this level. You should learn the caged system, and then you should learn the arpeggios within the caged shapes. You should also learn to identify triads within the caged arpeggios. You should learn how to play major 7th, minor 7th, dominant 7th, and half diminished arpeggios with 5th and 6th string roots. You should be able to add the 7th to your caged arpeggios. As far as theory goes, you should learn the theory behind the modes because you learned how to play the modes in this level. You should learn how chord tones can be used in a melody or solo to accentuate chords that are already in the song. And this is also a good spot to learn about compound time signatures. Now, a fair warning, level 5 can take a while to learn. This is a level that realistically you might spend years on. Some people might find themselves happy with their guitar playing at level 5. You might not need to go on, but if you do want to go on, there's level 6. Now we're getting into level 6, and if you reach level 6, you're either a college professor or a musical alien or both. Now a serious disclaimer here is that this level definitely skews towards jazz. If you're interested in like fusion or jazz or progressive rock or something, or any other genre that gets really heavy into music theory, then these concepts will be useful to you. The truth is, you might not need this stage, but I'm including it because I feel like most advanced guitar players would agree that these concepts are the natural evolution of the concepts that you should have learned previously. I apologize if you're a beginner watching this video and this next section just sounds like a foreign language. The first concept in this level is to understand chord extensions beyond the 7th and learn what is appropriate for your style. Focus on learning 9ths, 11ths, and 13ths and how to add those to your chords. This is a really jazz heavy concept. You should learn the melodic minor scale as well as its modes and arpeggios. And you should also learn the harmonic minor scale as well as its modes and arpeggios. There is a mode of the harmonic minor scale called the diminished scale that is really important to learn as well. From here, you can either continue down the jazz path, especially if those skills will be useful to a style that you're interested in, including jazz. But my main recommendation here is to go your own way. Learn something unique. Specialize. Maybe you should learn slide guitar. Maybe you should get into bluegrass. Maybe you should focus on speed metal. I don't know. Do what you're interested in here. This stage is where most people who have instructors generally stop taking regular lessons at least, and maybe they do lessons very rarely or they stop them altogether. Like I said before, this is the point where you really just go your own way. At this point, there's really not a lot of advice that I can give that would be relevant to everybody or even a large group of people like there is for level 0 through level 6. And that's it. Welcome to the top of the mountain. But not really, of course, because guitar playing is a journey that never actually ends. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps out. I made this video because I've always wanted somebody else to make a video like this. A lot of people are reluctant to give up this kind of information in a concise, clear format. Sometimes this information is really only available via an instructor or in a book or something. Sometimes it's behind a paywall, and I wish it wasn't like that. I wish this information was out there for free and easily accessible. So this is the part in the video where all the YouTube gurus tell me that I should give the audience a call to action. I would hope that you would like this video. That way it gets saved to your liked videos playlist and you can refer back to it in the future when you're looking for something to practice. Now again, thank you for watching, and I really hope this video helps out. If you're interested in my style of information delivery, I release videos regularly on this channel, including a series explaining the concepts in this video. So if you're ready to start at level 0, go ahead and click here. Thank you.